Welcome back, friends. I'm thrilled you're here on our channel where myths come alive and legends breathe. Today, we're diving into ancient curses and mysterious powers as we explore one of North America's most terrifying creatures, the Skinwalker. Picture the endless desert of Utah. The sun dips below crimson dunes, casting long shadows. Suddenly, in the twilight, a silhouette appears. Not quite human, not quite wolf. Moving too fast, too silently. Only those glowing yellow eyes betray its presence. And then it's gone. This is the Skinwalker, a being that can don any skin, steal your voice, your face, even your life. Skinwalkers trace their roots to the Navajo people, who call them Yi-Nal-Lushi, he who walks on all fours. Legends say these were once shamans or witches who forsook their humanity to gain unimaginable power. Under the full moon's cover, they recite forbidden chants, scatter bones, and bake the flesh of their victims into a skin suit. Their faces are pale and featureless, like carved bone. Only those glowing yellow eyes remain. They shift into animals, wolves with skeletal jaws, coyotes with razor-sharp fangs, bears that vanish in an instant. Their voices mimic loved ones, luring victims into the dark. Local medicine men avoid even speaking their name, believing that summoning the word invites the Skinwalker's attention. Imagine Sarah and David, young couple, moving into an old trailer on the edge of a Navajo reservation. Seeking quiet desert life, they found more than they bargained for. On the third night, Sarah heard a knock against the metal walls. Thinking it a coyote, she peered out to see a creature on all fours, standing just a foot from the window. Its faceless head tilted, those yellow eyes locked onto hers. David captured shaky footage. The outline blurred, the figure melting like wet paper, then reshaping into a gaunt humanoid with elongated fingers. Morning light revealed barefoot prints traced in soft sand, stretching 20 feet away, interspersed with small pits as if claws had gouged the earth. They sought help from a local medicine man who warned in hushed tones, "You've violated boundaries cursed for centuries. Leave now before it decides to stay forever." In northern Utah lies the infamous Skinwalker Ranch, a hotspot of paranormal activity since the 1990s. Military personnel, special agencies, and even NASA scientists documented bizarre lights, sudden equipment failures, and vanishing objects. Ranch owner Bob recounts one evening spotting a colossal wolf-like creature with a human skull for a head and jagged bone teeth. Bullets seemed to dissipate on impact, leaving no trace. Another tale speaks of a low rumble across the fields. Thousands of small feet scuttling over rocks, orbs of light hovering midair, and whispered chanting in an ancient dialect. Most unnerving, those who open their doors after dark claim to be trapped in a time loop. Seconds stretch into centuries, and they remain prisoners of that black magic. Skinwalkers wield dark sorcery that corrupts the mind. They can eavesdrop on thoughts, invoke terrifying illusions, and inflict disease. Legend says that uttering a Skinwalker's true name more than once compels it to answer. Locking eyes with those yellow sockets binds your soul into its flesh suit forever. Rites of transformation remain closely guarded, but whispers say you must sacrifice a loved one, scrape their bones, and boil their hide with sacred herbs before donning the new skin. A group of tourists set up camp near an Arizona canyon. Late at night, they heard whispers of their own names, haunting echoes of friends already asleep. Mike thrust his camera outside the tent and glimpsed a figure scuttling on four legs, shifting between his friend Josh and a bloodthirsty coyote. A hollow whisper cut through the stillness. "You weren't meant to see this." By dawn, bone charms made from small animal remains dangled from nearby trees, a warning or a mark of ownership. Today, dozens of Skinwalker videos flood YouTube, TikTok, and Reddit. While some are cheap fakes, others capture inexplicable glitches, pixelated distortions around a moving figure, audio glitches without source, shadows that defy physics. Researchers track GPS data and note most incidents occur near ancient sacred sites now buried or flooded. A theory emerges: Skinwalkers open portals between worlds, and we only witness echoes of their crossings. Lucas grew up in the reservation, warned by his grandmother never to cross the dunes after sunset. One evening, he defied her caution and saw a coyote-like silhouette beside his shadow. As he watched, its limbs lengthened, torso shrank, twisting into a humanoid form. It raised a skeletal hand, inviting him to follow. He sprinted through thorny thickets, flesh torn and bleeding, heart pounding like a war drum. He burst into his home, collapsing at his grandmother's door. From that night on, he never ventured out after dark. The scars on his legs remind him of that terror. Do skinwalkers truly exist beyond legend? Or are they the product of collective fear? Perhaps the answers lie in ancient texts or in recordings we've yet to decipher. One thing is certain, sometimes reality is far more horrifying than fiction. And if you ever hear a loved one's voice calling you from the darkness of a forest or desert, think twice before answering. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown and crave more chilling investigations, subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Tell us in the comments, do you believe in skinwalkers? Until our next mystical investigation, stay curious and stay safe.